All right, let's dive right in. We're about to talk about one of the biggest changes happening in our lives, and it's incredibly personal. We're talking about how AI is completely shaking up our health. I mean, from the doctor's office all the way down to our DNA. Wow, that really says it all, doesn't it? It just captures the enormous scale of what's going on. We are literally witnessing medicine change before our eyes, shifting from a world where we just react to sickness to one where we can actually predict it and maybe even stop it before it ever starts. Okay, so that sounds amazing in theory. But how does this super complex technology actually work? How does it go from being lines of code on a screen to making a real difference in a clinic, a lab, or even on your wrist? Well, let's trace that path. First up, diagnostics. And this is a big one. Probably the best way to think about it is like this. AI is giving doctors a brand new, powerful set of eyes. It's almost like a kind of superhuman vision, letting them spot diseases way earlier and with way more accuracy than we ever thought was possible. The old way of doing things was pretty reactive. You feel sick, you get symptoms, then you go to the doctor and they figure out what's wrong. AI just flips that whole idea on its head. It works on this massive, massive scale, sifting through millions of data points to find these tiny, predictive patterns, the little signals that something might be off long before you would ever feel a thing. And what does that actually look like in the real world? Well, get this. We're talking about algorithms that can analyze a million medical images in less time than it takes you to blink. They're spotting cancers at a microscopic cellular level. It's just incredible. And it's not just that. It means AI can look at your health data and flag a risk for heart disease not just months, but years before symptoms would ever appear. It is a total game changer.
So, finding the disease early is huge, but that's really only half the battle, right? Next, you gotta find a cure. So, now let's head into the lab, because this is where AI is doing something truly mind blowing. It's taking research that used to take years and shrinking it down to just a matter of months.
Think about it for a second. The old way of discovering a new drug, that could take a decade, sometimes even longer. And AI has the potential to just crunch that entire complex process down to mere months. The acceleration is just staggering to think about. So, how in the world is that even possible? Well, AI can basically run millions of virtual experiments, simulating how all these different chemical compounds might work with our own unique biology. This lets scientists pinpoint the most promising drug candidates at lightning speed. And that same power, well, it's key for speeding up vaccine development. And, maybe most exciting of all, it's leading us into an era of treatments tailored specifically for you, right down to your genes. Okay, from the lab, let's head straight to the operating room. Now, this is a really important point. AI isn't replacing surgeons here, not at all. It's more like a super-powered tool. It's empowering them, it's boosting their skills, and helping them reach a level of precision that honestly was just unimaginable before. With AI-assisted surgery, a great surgeon gets this incredible new toolkit. We're talking about these advanced robotic systems. The surgeon is still the one in charge, guiding everything, but the robot can make these tiny, steady movements that are far more precise than any human hand could be. And all the while, it's feeding the doctor a constant stream of real-time data and insights during the whole operation. And the whole process is just fascinating. It actually starts before the surgery even begins, with the AI creating these incredibly detailed 3D maps of the patient's body. It's like a GPS for the surgeon. Then, in the operating room, the surgeon is 100% in control, but they're guiding these robotic arms that get rid of any tiny hand tremor and just offer this superhuman precision. And throughout the whole procedure, that stream of data is helping them make the best possible decisions, all to improve the outcome. So far, we've been in hospitals and labs, but now let's bring it home. Because this whole revolution, it's coming directly to you. In fact, it might already be on your wrist. With the smart devices we all wear these days, every single one of us is basically becoming a walking, talking hub of personal health data. Yeah, that smartwatch or fitness tracker you've got, it is way more than just a step counter. It's a powerful 24/7 health monitor. It's always on, constantly collecting data, your heart rate, your sleep patterns, your activity levels. And sure, one little data point doesn't mean much on its own, but when you put them all together, you get this incredibly detailed, constantly evolving picture of your overall health. And that is where the real power is. This isn't just data for the sake of data. It's not about hitting your step goal. This is the future of preventative medicine. Okay, so let's pull all these different threads together. We've talked about earlier diagnosis, faster cures, super precise surgery, even the data from your own smartwatch. So what does this all add up to? What's the end game here for all of us? Well, the ultimate outcome, the big promise of this whole revolution, is a future where we're not just better at treating sickness, it's a future where we live longer, healthier lives, right from the very beginning. A future where one-size-fits-all medicine just sounds old-fashioned, like a relic of the past, and it's replaced by treatments designed specifically for you and your biology. So yeah, this fusion of AI and healthcare, it's creating a whole new paradigm. Medicine is fundamentally shifting its focus, away from just curing us when we get sick and toward proactively keeping us well in the first place. Which leaves us with a pretty big question to think about, doesn't it? With AI as our constant health co-pilot, always watching over us, how will that change our relationship with our own bodies? And ultimately, what will it really mean to be human? Something to chew on. Thanks for watching.